So before we came to the States, I had got arrested in China by undercover cops. Speaking Chinese to me, of course, I don't really know the language. Only they grabbed me and then they started interrogating me. They took my bag, all this, very violently. And they took me into this room and just started interrogating me. They were looking for my husband because my husband and I were there together. They're like, where's your husband? Because he was a teacher at the school too. Come to find out, our school had us there illegally.
What we do?
Girl, you's a boss mom. Baby girl, you so perfect. Girl, you's a boss mom. Making everything worth it. Girl, you's a boss mom. Stand on all of your business. And when it comes to investments, and baby girl, you the realest. Girl, you's a boss mom. Baby girl, you so perfect. Girl, you's a boss mom. Making everything worth it. Girl, you's a boss mom. Stand on all of your business. And when it comes to investments, and baby girl, you the realest.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Tammy Capri, and we're back with another episode of the Boss Mom Huddle. Thanks for joining and thanks for rocking with us. If you've been rocking with us and if you have not subscribed to us, make sure you do that because we are trying to grow this page. We're doing this for a good cause, and we're here for the boss moms. I just felt like I needed to get that out there right now before we start this episode. But I have an amazing guest with me today. Everybody, please welcome Miss Alethea to our set.
Yes.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
And you from DC? I'm excited. That's not Philly, but it's close enough, so I'm excited.
We up north.
Got to up north on the couch. What's up with you?
I'm doing amazing.
Nice.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming.
Yes.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Alethea Davis. I'm from the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, so represent. And yes, I'm co-creator of Sice Your Life. My husband and I built a brand together. And I'm also a mom of two. I just had a baby 3 months ago.
Congratulations. 3 months. Bounce
3
back.
months. Trying. And then I have a 3-year-old as well.
Okay.
So yeah, we just moved down here and we're just loving the vibes. We're entrepreneurs. We built our own personal brand called Sice Your Life. And it's pretty much just to help people in their wealth, their relationships, and their health.
Okay.
So we do all things just to make sure people can enhance their lives.
Nice. You say you just moved down here, so you just moved down here from the DMV area?
Yes, from
Nice.
the DMV area.
How was that transition for you?
It was good. It wasn't bad. Girl, I lived in China, so this was nothing compared to that. We lived all
Right, I remember you
across
saying
the world.
you lived in China, and that's what I was waiting for you to sit on this couch because we talked.
Yes.
We talked.
Yes.
And I said, oh no, I want these people to hear her story because it was like, China girl.
Yes.
Tell us about living in China.
First off, being black in China is a whole different experience in itself.
Tell me about it.
But, it was an amazing experience. We got to travel, but the whole reason we went out there was to pay off our student loans.
Okay.
You already know how student loans is. We had $80,000 in student loan debt.
Wait, back up. You went to China to pay off your
Yes.
student loans?
Yes.
Why did you have to go to China to pay off your student loans?
So I was doing some research and I was trying to figure out, how can I pay off all of this student loan debt fast? Because I don't want to wait 40 years and still have this debt on my back. And so, you can go to a foreign country, I realized in Asia, and they'll pay for your rent, they'll pay for your utilities, everything. And all you have to do is go over there and teach as an American. They pay you pretty good money.
So they'll pay you to, that's decent.
Yeah, they'll literally pay you to go over there and teach their children English.
If you had to, and they'll do that, you don't have to qualify for it. You don't have to be there for a year. You just sign up, say I'm coming, and they'll just.
Yeah.
That was a
the
smart
only thing
move.
you have to have is a bachelor's degree.
Oh, okay.
And a TEFL, but you can get that easily.
So you went
really
over there to
quick.
teach, so you could live,
Yeah.
rent free and
And
save all
cheap.
your money.
Very cheap.
That's smart.
And so
That's smart.
we actually did it. We succeeded. We paid off $80,000 student loan debt in 16 months.
Oh.
And we achieved our goals
And how many months?
in 16 months.
How many months?
16 months.
That's not even 2 years.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
That was a goal, man. We just did not want to keep that on
Wow.
on our backs.
So you did that. So you were down there the whole time you paid off your student debt.
Yes.
So then what happened? Where did the business come into play? Did you start that business while you were down there?
So in 2015, we started our personal brand, and we started there, right?
Okay.
We transitioned. We were like, we're gonna go on this Euro trip and have a good time. So we quit our jobs, and once we found this opportunity to teach abroad, we were like, you know what? We're just gonna sell everything and go over there and just do it. Live it, travel, and everything. That's what we always wanted to do.
Right.
And so that's when it came across. We was like, we're gonna start Sice Your Life. And Sice means to enhance. It's a slang word in the DMV area. You'd be like, oh, we about to sice it, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how we got the term Sice Your Life. And, we travel, and we documented our journey over there. We documented our travels, and we documented us paying off all of that student loan debt and just our lives. And people were really inspired by it.
Of course.
It wasn't something.
That's major, though. That's major.
And it wasn't something that we were just like, oh, we're going to do this. It kind of just fell into our lap because we were showing our journey over there for our family and friends because they're like, what's China like?
So you didn't even expect it to, and for those of you who don't know, what's your Instagram, your YouTube channel?
Sice Your Life.
Sice Your Life.
Yep.
They have a really big following there. So did you expect that following to grow from just, vlogging and documenting?
Oh, heck no.
How was that experience for you? Just with now you actually have an audience and people are watching you. Did you feel pressured to do more, or did that, how was that transition for you becoming an influencer, so to speak?
Right. It was, that wasn't the goal. The goal was just to have fun with it and, be on camera and showcase our memories because we wanted to look back on it for ourselves, And so we did that and we were like, wow. And then people started requesting videos and different things like that. And so we started to really take this thing seriously. And then it expanded from there. But it was amazing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, and this was pre-baby. This was pre-mommyhood, pre all of that.
Still in my 20s.
Still your 20s, living a life. That plays a big part in it because you had the flexibility to, just to up and go. Yeah. Right? So let's move just a little bit to first baby.
Yeah.
First baby. Yeah. Tell me about that time.
Yes, so I had my first baby in 2021. We had just came back from China maybe a year prior to that. And, everything was so new. I always wanted to be a mom. I always wanted to be a family person and have my own children. And it was amazing. I tried to have a home birth, my first time.
You tried or you?
I tried. I was in labor for 3 days.
Ooh.
Yes, I was in labor for 3 days at home. I was really, trying to rock it out and have it, but I got tired. I got tired.
Yes, 3 days.
Yes.
Girl, after the first 2 hours, I'm like, no, get me to the hospital. Get me to the hospital. So what? So you tried to have the home birth, and you were actually in active dilation and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I would dilate to 3 centimeters, and then I'd go back down. Okay. And then I dilate and go back. I was like, I need the epidural now. I gotta go to the hospital. And so I delivered naturally. Okay. But vaginally, I'm sorry. But I did get that epidural.
Girl, that's a lifesaver. A lifesaver. Yes. And at this time, were you and your husband?
Yes.
Okay, so at this time, first baby, how was the transition of becoming a new mom and still trying to maintain your brands? I mean, because there's a part of your story we ain't even touch on yet. We're going to touch on it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But being a new mom and just trying to maintain your or get back to a consistent place in your brand.
Right.
How was that transition?
I didn't realize what it was like being a mom and balancing everything. You always hear it, but when you're actually in it, being a new mom and balancing having a baby and your career and even having a business, it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. I kind of had to step away sometimes and just be like, babe, you got this. We're in business together. So I'm like, babe, can you just handle this? Because you're dealing with your body healing. You're dealing with, trying to keep the baby alive and all of these different
She said
things.
alive.
I'm telling you.
That's a real thing, though. But not protect the baby, but keep the baby alive. No, that's a real fear, though. Girl.
Breastfeeding.
Girl, yes.
All of that.
Girl, yes.
And being new, girl.
How was your mental, though? Did you feel as though it was possible, to continue on with this brand, or did you feel like, no, I need to get a job right now. I need to get out, get a job 9 to 5 because this is a new place and we're back in the States, literally starting over.
Definitely had to get a job, to be honest.
Okay.
You know, we just came back to the States, had nothing to our name. We had $1,000. Had to get something. You know, had to get something. And then once we had the baby, we definitely needed something. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
How do you go from being able to pay off so much debt in 16 months to only coming back to the States with $1,000?
It was not what I expected. Like, it felt like defeat in a way. It felt like everything was against us. I'm like, why are we at this point? But all you can do is really just to fight through it and figure out a way to make it happen. And that's
so
literally
what were
we
you
did.
faced again? What were some of the obstacles that you may have faced? Because and this is just because, you know, I like to break it down for the people that's watching, because there's somebody out there that is like you. Someone, your story can help someone. So just some obstacles that you face that you felt was, you know, a roadblock for you to really scale the way you should have scaled, or at least have that cushion that you should have had. Because somebody, like, because I know I'm curious, I don't even think we discussed, like, how did you go from paying off so much, being able to pay off so much debt, then now we have nothing? It's like, to me, that would seem like, yo, they dope with money. They disciplined, they can do, you know what I'm saying? They made it happen, but it's like life happens. So take me through that point from the time before coming to the States.
Okay. So before we came to the States, you know, something big happened. We paid off all our student loans. 2 weeks after that, I had got arrested in China by undercover cops. I was going into work. They grabbed me. Speaking Chinese to me, of course, I don't really know the language, only know a little bit. They grabbed me, and then they started interrogating me. They took my bag, all this, very violently, and they took me into this room and just started interrogating me. I didn't know what they were saying. And so after that, they were looking for my husband, because my husband and I were there together. No kids at this point, but we were there together, and they were like, "Where's your husband?" Because he was a teacher at the school too. And come to find out, our school had us there illegally, and we didn't know.
Okay, so that's what I was curious about, because you told me about the getting arrested in China. We talked about that. So, but I just didn't know what was the cause behind it. That's why I was like, wait, because I didn't, and I remember, and for those of you, well, you guys don't know how I like to structure the show. I get to know the guests prior to them coming on. We talk briefly, but then I do stop them and say, hey, no. We need to talk on the show, because I want everything to be, you know, genuine, and we are having a real conversation, so nothing is prepped or script. So that's why I was curious, because we never talked about that. So China had y'all there illegally.
Yeah.
And this was a company that y'all signed up to work for, and y'all wasn't even supposed to be there.
So the first contract, we had multiple contracts, because we were there for 4 years. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so the first 2 years we were there, we had a great company. They overworked us, and we weren't getting paid that well.
Okay.
Went to another school, got scammed there, had no idea. It's very hard for Americans to have the proper paperwork in China. It's a lot of things they gotta have, and some schools just don't want to either pay that money to get those that paperwork, or they just don't want to go through the headache.
Was that discouraging? That's why y'all say, no, we going back to the States? Or was
No.
it? No, they ain't discouraged y'all to go. Look, they ain't got my right paperwork. I'm
Girl,
out of here. Like, no
we had
play with
a
me.
goal.
Don't. y'all was really risking it
We
all.
was
For
really
real.
risking it. And we was trying to stay there even longer, because we was trying to stack up so we come home and invest big time.
Girl, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, look, hubby here, y'all. Hubby, he said
Yeah.
that's the wrong answer.
You putting the story wrong. That's gonna make it look like we were doing something illegal. We did not know that the school did not have the proper paperwork.
Right, so they didn't know that the school didn't have the proper work. Yeah. So unbeknownst to you guys, then
Yeah.
it wasn't. Yeah.
We didn't know for both of those contracts. We didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Was that discouraging for them to mess up? That's why I said the company, they messed that up. So it's like, that wasn't discouraging, like, yo, I'm out of here, I gotta go. You said, hell no, you was going to stay and do. That's brave.
Like I said, we had a goal. We wanted to pay off these student loans.
Right.
And
So and ultimately, that's why, because they thought, so when you guys did get caught up in that whole mix-up, they thought that was on account of you guys, or did they know that the company effed
they
up?
told us 2 different stories. They said they thought it was us, and they said they were going to put this whole case on us, like, we know that the school is doing this and that, and we had no idea that this was going on. But then they said the school knew what they were doing. But at the end of the day, the government just wants their bribe money. They want the school to pay it, pay all their money.
And unfortunately, y'all was the one.
And we're
but guess what?
Trapped
but
in the
guess
middle.
what? That all happened for a reason, because that's your story, and that just teaches you whatever lesson that is. That's teaching you, make sure your paperwork's straight.
Yeah.
Make sure your documentation straight, even here in the States, because guess
Exactly.
what? We got our own issues with our own government sometimes. IRS is coming after people now for those daggone businesses that they're opening up in LLCs, and now you got to do like the current entity and file. Like, it's always something in play to try to get at you. So,
And
I mean,
keep
that's just
record.
definitely a lesson in life. Yeah, keep record.
Keep record. Like, one thing China taught us was record everything, because they can try to switch and bait. They do the business different over there, and it's a communist country, so you already know.
Girl. So, all right, so that was ultimately the reason why. So that was the reason why you weren't able to save, because you had to keep
Correct.
switching contract. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to get at too.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause we
how
had
we are
already
so
signed.
good with this part of the money aspect, and now is we got to start all the way over. Yeah. So, okay. So at what point did y'all say, all right, we are going back to the States? Like, what point did y'all have enough in China?
Yeah. So we signed another contract to stay another year, but we couldn't, because I had we had signed in everything.
Oh, y'all was riding
We was
off
ready
for
for
real.
it, yep.
Look, y'all was riding off for real. Okay.
Yep.
So, but you
And
couldn't. So then y'all came back to the States, and then it was like, okay, starting over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I got arrested, we made plans of right away to get out of there, because they took my passport. It was like a whole ordeal. But within 2 weeks, we were like trying to get flights out. We lost money trying to get home. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So, we finally got out. We went to South Korea, and we kissed the ground, because we were like, yes, we made it out of China. And then from Korea, we went home, and we were like, yes, finally.
Girl, that is an experience.
It
That
really
is an
was.
experience. So now when you got back to the States, and fast forward from then till now, and you just been starting this new company, and you have a new baby. You have a new baby. What has life been like for you? Because you do this full time, and no other. This is 100%
right.
full time. So what have life been like for you rebuilding?
It's been good, but it has had its challenges, just like anything else. It's hard starting all the way over in your home country after you dealt with all of that. You have to not only rebuild your resume and like just trying to get skills and just trying to live life in a different economy at that, because we were living cheaper over in China, and now we're trying to keep up with the bills here. So, yeah, it was a lot. When we first came, we had to live in our cousin's basement and trying to figure it out, and we did. My husband started a company. He was with the MLM company called Nevetica, and he was doing great with that. Nevetica, Your Pet's Choice. It was a pet company, and then we just been trying to build up our brand in between that, and just been growing ever since. But it has been tough. We really have to set time aside to plan every week what we're gonna do. These are the goals that we're gonna meet and everything. And with a baby on top of that, that's a lot.
The pressure's on.
The pressure is on. The pressure is on. But
that
we make it work.
rebuilding, and that's what it's about. So it's about y'all doing it together.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. Like, people can talk about how they've grown with someone and they appreciate the process more, because we was at rock bottom together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We were, like you said, in my cousin's bedroom, basement, whatever, together.
Yeah.
So it just makes that grind a little bit more appreciative, that, okay, we're building and you have no other option but to go up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there that's like that as well. It's like, I've never been in a position where I had to fully do it by myself, meaning I know I had somebody, whether it was my parents or somebody to at least help or assist. But if you are literally like rebuild, and I've always been in, except for the time I did leave corporate America, but I've always had a job, you know? So, and that's why it was so easy for me to stop and start and change and pivot, because it was like, well, I still have this check to fall back on.
Right.
But some people don't. And that's why I wanted to really highlight that you did not have any other any other thing in play. Like y'all were literally just doing this business and the other business. Essentially, that's his business as well.
He was doing it full time. I had a job. I had my government job.
Oh, you still had your okay. I thought
I
you
came back to the States and I had my government job.
Oh, okay, okay.
It took a while to get it, but I finally got a government job, and that's what I was doing to keep the bills going. But yeah, thankfully I had that.
Girl, your story is interesting. And I love it. I just love it. So where are we next? Where are we going next from growing this business or starting a new business? What's next for you?
We just plan to really just put our time into Sice Your Life to build that up. We want to invest. Like, this is what we want to do. We want to invest in real estate. We want to invest in land. We want to have money for our children because we want to build a legacy
for our
children, something for them to fall back on so that they're not just, our parents didn't have some parents didn't have that for their children. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what we want to have. And, we've been getting into gardening. Like, we're very natural people, and we love just helping our community health-wise.
You've been getting into gardening, like growing your own
Trying
food?
to grow our own food.
Dope.
My husband's been making all type of tea blends.
So you make this all at your house now? Or do
at our
you,
house now.
really?
Yep. Yeah, and we're plant-based. So we showcase that as well in our brand, and we just want to help people live a healthier life. Like, that's what we want to do. That's our passion.
Nice.
And we like to do it together. It's a family business.
Yeah.
One thing that inspired us was our family kept getting sick, and like they started dying a lot. And we realized that within a year, it was like so many deaths, and we were like, we got to do something. Our family had high blood pressure, diabetes, all different types of things, all of these diseases that are easily preventable as long as you know what to do to help your body and feed your body good things instead of bad things. And
do you find people support that, or do they so how when you're coming off and you're trying to educate people about whatever it is, health, finances, something good, people especially the ones that's close to us, they kind of like push it off or pushes aside or brush it off. Do you feel like people, especially your circle, your family, do you feel like they support that?
They do support it, but it's tough for themselves to really do something about their health. They listen, they're like, they don't push it off, but they're just like, I ain't doing that. Or, you know what I'm saying? But it sound good, you know what I'm saying? But our strangers that we know, they listen. And I feel like as long as we keep pushing this message and our mission, somebody gonna listen. And then I feel like our family is gonna listen eventually. They'll be like, okay, I'll try it. Like my mom, she been listening sometimes, and his mom has actually been listening a little more. So, we just gonna keep pushing. It's gonna take time. Just like anything, it's an uncomfortable transition. Even when we were transitioning into plant-based and a healthy lifestyle, it took time, So
what is Sice Your Life? You have your plant-based, but Sice Your Life is it what all is included if you are helping somebody on a program?
Right. So our Sice Your Life brand has a plant, it has money, a dollar sign, and it has a heart, which means for relationships. And so when we help people with custom tea blends to help their ailments, we have a course as well that highlights relationships. We have some of our videos talking about our relationship because we've been together for over 15 years. Nice. And so, we just try to, we have a raw conversation on there. And we also have health videos on our course, modules that talk about different health ailments like diabetes and high blood pressure and all different types of diseases like that. HSV1, HSV2, diseases that people don't talk about, So we have that as well. And yes, we have so many things to offer like that. Yeah.
So how is it, because y'all do a lot of business together, how is it on a relationship level?
Yeah.
Because business and pleasure can sometimes get, can sometimes get rocky. But how do you manage or maintain, to always make sure your partner is heard or you're heard or y'all able to work together in the space as you grow your business? Because essentially you guys are both different people. And as you're working towards one thing, you may have a different opinion or viewpoint. He may have a different opinion or viewpoint. And now you got stresses of the baby, you know? Like, how do you manage all of that and stay level-headed, grounded, and sane in your situation?
Yes. I think that's a great question, because when we first became parents, it was tough juggling all of this, you know. But I feel like once we had the second one, we kind of really had to focus on who's good at what, who's doing what, you know, delegating tasks and things like that. I know his strengths are, you know, more like doing the talking and really implementing. He's a great visionary. And then my strengths is doing the back end work, like doing the research and things like that.
So it works. Y'all have both.
Yep. And we have weekly meetings, just, you know, trying to figure out what we need to do for the week. And shoot, the kids, they gonna get in where they fit in, but for the most part.
Listen, she got her baby here today with her, y'all. I even asked her, I said, you want to bring your baby on camera? You can. It's the Boss Mom Huddle. There's no rules. Listen, I love to see that, though. Like, I love to see couples doing a business together.
I love seeing
right?
that too,
It especially if it works. Like, it's nothing like building with your partner and getting to a level like, yo, like, we did this. Like, we Michelle and Obama right now.
Yeah.
We B&J. So I love to see that. And then if you can, like, incorporate the kids, like, yeah, I love it. How was the transition of having a second baby? How your first child, did she accept her sibling? Like, how was that? Was it jealousy, or like, how do you divide mommy time, that attention?
Man, our son, he is
your son, I'm sorry, I said daughter.
Oh,
sorry.
you're fine. We just had a daughter, thankfully. But our son, he was so excited about having a sibling.
Aww.
He was like, he's so chill. Like, his
Okay.
personality is so chill.
Okay.
And he was so excited. He's like, baby sister, you know, just like, oh, like, it just made me so happy to see him. But yeah, he was excited to be a big
Nice.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna be good with it.
So he was like, was he in tune when she was in your belly? Was he that? Oh, mommy. Okay. Okay.
Now, he wasn't always gentle, but yeah.
Any plans for any more?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
For sure.
I love it.
For sure.
I love it. How many children do you want?
We want like 4 kids.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Dope. That's a lot. Dope. I'm saying that's a lot.
You
we
said
got
it's a
7.
lot? I was like,
but look,
don't
we got 7. So I'm like, look, I'm saying 4 is a lot. Like, ooh. But I'm just like, ooh, okay.
Remembering?
I'm remembering how it was after I had 2, then 3. I was like, okay, all right.
How old are your kids?
Biologically, I have 3. Together we have 7. But my oldest will be 16.
Okay.
And then 12, and then 9.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you got away from the baby phase.
Absolutely. So no, but it's I just know how, as moms, we go through things mentally. We go through things hormonally, emotionally. We go through things even as you were transitioning to plant-based, because you wasn't always plant-based, right? Even transitioning to plant-based, like that imbalance that we have, like, or trying to adjust, even if it's a healthier thing, trying to adjust that to our bodies, it does stuff to our mental. It does stuff to our emotions. So how do you find the you time? How do you find to just stay like true to who you are, or to get your self-care moments in? Like, what does that look like for you?
I love that because it's true. We do go through so many hormonal imbalances. Even just after you having a baby, your hormones drop. You know, I had to find time for myself. Like, one thing I really want to get into, which I haven't yet, but I do want to wake up earlier, much earlier. And I used to do this with the first one, but the second one is getting a little tough.
Listen, the second one, the rules change with the second one. First one, everything perfect. You doing everything the right way. Second one, all right, she be all right.
That's what I'm saying. I did not know this. I did not know this. So I do want to start waking up earlier, just so I can get some me time, some meditation, some prayer,
do that,
some working out and things like that. But right now, what I've been doing, since she's so small and she needs me all the time, since I'm breastfeeding, I do try to get my Saturdays in. Me and my husband mapped out a time, you know, this is the time when you could take like 3 hours just to have to yourself, and I'll just take care of the baby, you know what I mean? And
3 hours, I feel like a year. That's good. 3 hours?
Yes.
Shout out to you, hubby. That is good. 3 hours.
Yes. And I was like, I started having this time, and I was like, dang, I miss my baby.
I don't know what to do, right?
I don't know what to do. I miss my baby.
True mom. You are a true mom. Wait till baby number 3 come. Now you're going to be like, oh, no, somebody come get them. You can have them for the whole week. I'm good. Take them. But no, I get it, because my kids, they were in they were just in Florida, and the whole time, like I was telling Matt, I'm like, yo, I missed them.
Yeah.
I missed them. And then you call. They're at the age now. You call. They don't want to talk to you because they were grandparents. They put their grandparents. They don't want to talk. They're like, all right, I gotta go. I'm busy. Like,
see, I ain't ready.
I'm
not ready.
Whatever. But no, it's good because that being in a good mental space is really how you push through the lows when it comes to your business.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that is going to make all the world of a difference. So I encourage you guys to continue to do that. Now that 5 a.m. thing, I encourage you to do that too. Encourage you to do that too. Find yourself an accountability partner and do it. If you got to call them every morning, get into prayer every morning, do whatever it is, just, go ahead and do it.
Me and my sister, we was accountability partners. We was like, so we got to take our teas because our teas was helping us with our hormones. So we was doing it. Was like, did you work out today? Did you take your teas today? Did you drink water?
So if somebody wanted to purchase some teas from you or just get some advice about everything you got going on, how would they reach you?
You can follow us on Sice Your Life at Sice Your Life on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as well, but we mostly are on Instagram. And we have our website, www.siceyourlife.com. And yes, we'd love to help.
Dope. So what else is next for you?
Just trying to build our family, building
Besides
our
the 4
business.
kids, you getting 4 kids, getting the real estate thing.
Yes,
What else is? I want to know what else is next for you. What's a mommy goal you have besides the 4 kids? But what's a mommy goal? What's a career goal? What are some goals you have on your list? Because I'm gonna be watching you, and I'm like, hey, girl.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tap in with you.
I know you gonna watch. I know you gonna tap in. I'm gonna tap in with you too.
Like, I remember we talked about this. Where we at with that? Because I like to see people progress. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something that they want to do. I like to see that, and it shows. Like, so when people are watching this, and you're like all the way up here now, they're like, "Yo, I saw her on the Boss Mom Huddle when they were just, getting things really mapped out or really starting over, and now look at her." So I think that's important to speak things, first of all, to speak those affirmations, to speak things into life, and then also document it. Say what you want, so that way when it happens, it's like, yo, she said that.
Yeah.
That's motivation enough.
Yeah.
That's motivation enough.
And I'm glad you said that because I'm the type of person that I don't like saying it. So I'm glad. I like to write it.
Okay.
But I don't like saying it. So, I'ma just say, I would love to be a multimillionaire, and I would like to speak more. I don't like to speak, and this is why I hit you up, and I was like, we got to do something.
Yes.
Because,
So you trying to speak more like public speaking?
Not public speaking.
I'm about to say, Sue, write that down. Hold up.
No,
we got some.
no.
Write that down.
Just be more vocal,
Listen.
Just be more vocal, you know what I mean? And,
and this start, who knows what God has in store for you?
Yeah.
Because just the fact that, like, you're apprehensive about speaking, he might put you on the stage in front of 1 million people talking about Sice Your Life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. Like, somebody could be watching this right now and just be like, yo, like, she would be a good representation of whatever, or we're having this conference, or so you never know. Like, networking is powerful, and just
that one, you
can't get to where you're going unless you speak these things.
Yes.
So we gonna, whatever we got in the Boss Mom Huddle, we're gonna add her to the list, Sue, and we gonna put her in a crowd of. Look, we can't pull in 90 people yet. We will one day, but we can't pull in 90,000 people yet. But we can put you in a room full of 50 or 100 people and to start networking and stuff. So we gonna work. We are definitely gonna work.
Let's get it. I gotta get this, fear out. So
yes, you do. Yes, you do. Erasing the fear for 2024.
But multimillionaire, let's go.
Multimillionaire. Multi.
Homesteading. All
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. This was amazing. This was amazing. So what is one thing that you would say to someone watching you and that they needed advice because they're at the point of starting all the way over again?
Ooh, that's a good one. Definitely plan. Research, make a plan, figure out exactly what you want to do, what you want to have, write it down clearly, and go for it, connect with the people that you need to connect with and make it happen. And that's definitely what I would say. Yeah.
Planning.
Yeah. Planning.
Don't just jump head first. I jump head first in a lot.
Look, you probably do. My husband, that's how my husband is. My husband, he be like, you know what, let's do it. Let's get it. And I'm more like, let's just make a plan.
Plan it out. But that's why y'all work.
That's why
you
we
need
work,
that person that's going to say, all right, we in it.
Exactly.
But you're going to be the person that makes sure, okay, the details is right.
The details
Because
is
if
right,
I tell you that, yo, we dove head first into the Boss Mom Huddle.
Yeah.
We dove head first into the Boss Mom Huddle, and this is how we got here.
And
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
But yeah, planning came along as we dove, but as we're like going deeper, and Sue's like, all right, we're planning, and now it's like we do it simultaneously. But for me, that's how it works. It's like I gotta do it.
See, everybody got their own thing.
Everybody got their own. So no, that is amazing. That's dope. That's dope. So we are going to do a little segment.
Okay.
And I want you to look back to she preparing herself. Look back to when you first had that dream, that first had that I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be I'm sure you wanted to be a multimillionaire before today, but you want to be a multimillionaire. You want to be a mom. You want to be this dreamer. You want to be this person that can lead and inspire and help and change the world. That person, what is the major difference in her than the person that's sitting on the couch today?
I love
the
that.
biggest difference.
I think the biggest difference is confidence. Confidence and believing in myself. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing.
And that's all you need. And I like to do that because you see there is a big difference.
Yeah.
And to show that it is possible to get to a level of having confidence and believing in yourself. So
Yes, ma'am.
that is beautiful.
Yes,
Thank you, Alethea.
Thank
you for joining.
Thank you.
And I hope y'all enjoyed this interview with Alethea. And one more time for the people, what's your Instagram?
Sice Your Life.
Spell that.
SICE Your Life.
SICE Your Life. And make sure you tap in with her. Tap in with her if y'all had any questions about her company, about her teas. Don't be hitting her up asking about China, because she ain't talking about that. Don't be all in her business now. But no, tap in with her. That's what we're here for. And also remember that every Tuesday we're coming to you live from the Boss Mom Huddle page on Instagram, 7 p.m. for Tap In Tuesday. So make sure you tap in with us with that as well. But other than that, until next time, we'll see you then. We'll see you later. We'll see you somewhere.
Yeah.
There you go.